Hi, so this is a short video on how to use Clojure Repl component for Apache Open for Business. So the idea is that I wanted to be able to use Clojure with Apache Open for Business. So I wrote this Open for Business component that starts an nRepl instance inside Open for Business. So once that is there, we can connect to the REPL and execute Clojure code, interact with Open for Business, and do all sorts of cool stuff. I've written here some of the stuff that you can do, so we can prototype functionality and experiment with instant feedback, interact with running Open for Business code, and use data visualization tools like Proto-repl and maybe design reports in the way that Gorilla-repl shows. These are other projects, and they have some demos that you might want to check out, and they also have some videos online that show some of this functionality. I'm not going to show that functionality right now because I didn't do it, but I recommend you watch them and see what's possible. So I've already set up, I started Open for Business. As you can see, it's already started here. I also started a service for the nRepl, and it's running on port 1112, and I just connected to it from Calva inside Visual Studio Code. Calva is a plugin for Visual Studio Code that can connect to a REPL, and it can interact with it it can send pieces of Clojure code to the REPL, and they get executed inside the REPL. So right now this REPL is connected to the Open for Business instance, and I'm going to start sending some code to be executed there. I'm going to show you how to do that from the command line. So I'm going to open the command palette, and it has Calva plugin has a command evaluate current form in REPL. So usually I select a piece of code and then I run this command. I run it from the keyboard. You have the keyboard shortcuts here, but you can run it from the command palette as well. So right now I'm going to run it from the command palette because it's easier. So as you can see, the REPL responded, and we have changed the namespace to com.netdava Open for Business Clojure demo, and inside we also required some libraries, some Clojure libraries that we need to be able to interact with that. And the next step is to see what we have available in the Clojure context for our project. So I'm going to send this to the REPL to be executed. So we can see that we have the Open for Business dispatch object in our context, and I'm going to show you in the, later how this got there. Okay, this is part of the component integration. So what I want to do now is take that dispatch object and assign it to bind it to a Clojure variable. So I'm going to execute this as well in the REPL, and now as you can see we have an OFBiz variable that we can use. So the stuff that we can do is we can see what methods this has. So I'm going to run this piece of code, and as you can see we have all of the methods that are available on the Open for Business object, and we can also list all of the services from here. So I'm going to send this as well, and as you can see it listed them, so we can see these services. I'm pretty sure that there is a way to execute a service as well, but I do not know the Open for Business API right now, so I'm not familiar with it. I'm pretty sure it can be, and it's going to be probably something to show in a future demo. But right now this is everything that it's working. You can use any Clojure code and any Java code here as well. This is not for the purpose of this demo. Okay, so to talk about the integration a bit, the integration is pretty simple. I have defined a service here, two services, start-repl and stop-repl, and both of them are defined in the Java class from here, and it's 50 lines of code that start the REPL and stop the REPL. So the way you would work with this is that all of the steps on how to use this plugin are here. You first clone Apache Open for Business, and then in the plugins directory you clone this plugin here. And after that, you can build Apache Open for Business and load all the data, and then run Open for Business application. And then what you need to do is you need to go to the web console, web tools login, and run the start-repl service using the run service functionality here. So I'm going to do start-repl. I think this was the default pool, and this is not going to do anything because the REPL is already started, but we should see some logging inside the some logging messages. So as you can see here, we have a warning message because it's logged. nRepl is already running on port 112, and the message comes from this line here. Okay, so that's it for the basic Clojure REPL integration for Apache Open for Business. The possibilities are quite interesting. We can code for Open for Business in a dynamic way, do exploratory work, and leverage all the power of Clojure for application development. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope I get some feedback from this video. Okay, thanks. Bye bye.